Rarely has an airport seen such joy after very long delays, but last night was no ordinary night at Joint Base Andrews, just east of Washington, D.C. 3 Americans held by Russia returned home to a presidential welcome. Nick Schifrin is here with that. Nick?
Jeff, perhaps even more important than the hugs and handshakes from the president and the vice president, the joy and the relief of the families of Evan Gershkovich, Alsu Kurmasheva, and Paul Whelan, as they greeted their loved ones after months, even years apart. First, he had to shake the commander-in-chief's hand, but then Evan Gershkovich got to hug his mom and lift her as she had raised him up during his detention. Ella Millman wrote Evan every week and worked tirelessly to secure his safety for 491 days.
What about the show of support?
It's yeah, it's overwhelming.
Paul Whelan's reunion with his sister Elizabeth took 5.5 years. She'd previously criticized President Biden for leaving her brother behind in previous trades. Overnight, the three shared a smile. And Alsu Kurmasheva, after a brief vice presidential embrace, held her daughters and husband tight. They'd been separated for nearly a year while she was detained and then convicted of spreading false information. 3 American families are whole again.
We're anywhere in the Oval Office.
Just hours earlier, Kurmasheva's daughters and all the family members got on the president's phone.
Paul Whelan here.
I got somebody who's lived in the Oval Office. She's back. She knows the office better than I do. Go ahead, say hello, sis.
Paul, it's incredible.
There was one more call to make to Vladimir Kara-Murza, sentenced to 25 years for treason for his decades of journalism and pro-democracy activism that included 2 failed poisoning attempts. His work was continued by his wife Yevgenia, whom he thought he would never see again.
No word is strong enough for this. I was sure I'm going to die in prison. I don't believe what's happening. I still think I'm sleeping in my prison cell in Omsk instead of hearing your voice.
Kara-Murza has a green card but traveled to Germany with the other released Russian dissidents and vowed to continue their work.
I not only believe and not only think, I know for sure that I will definitely return to Russia, and that the day will definitely come when Russia will become a free, normal, civilized European country.
Ilya Yashin was also released from Russian detention as part of the swap, after his conviction for spreading false information for criticizing the war in Ukraine. He said he demanded not to be freed in a prison swap that would only empower Putin.
In exchange for the release of one murderer, 16 innocent people who committed no crimes were released. This is a difficult dilemma, including because it certainly motivates Putin to take new hostages.
As for the Americans, at 2 a.m. they arrived at a rehabilitation facility in San Antonio. And after unveiling the official U.S. hostages and wrongful detainees flag, Paul Whelan said he felt relief.
It was a good homecoming. So looking forward to seeing my family down here and just recuperating from 5 years, 7 months, and 5 days of just absolute nonsense by the Russian government.